Hey you guys, this is Rashawn Ellis from News, Views, and Conversations. Just wanted to pop back in and give you another video. Joe Biden is dismantling and selling the wall that Trump initially put up to keep the immigrants out from crossing the border. I thought this was entirely hilarious to me because he is being on his petty and he is definitely Scorpioing right now. He's basically saying if they're going to build a wall, they're going to build it with their monies and up under the Trump administration, not the Biden administration and not with Biden's monies. I think it is totally hilarious to me. He's pretty much saying, you can go out there and purchase your piece of the wall on govplanet.org. So if you want to buy you a piece for about $5, he said, hey, he can make that happen for you. Trump, he initially spent 15 billion to build the wall initially. They spent about 15 billion to build the wall. So they use like different various government departments to make this happen. They use the Department of Homeland Security and the Defense and Treasury departments to make this happen. They were pretty much estimating it would cost between 12 billion to 40 billion. So they only spent about 15 because of course he didn't get a chance to finish up the dirt that he was trying to finish when he got voted out first time. Yet we got to deal with them again. But anyway, so he basically is saying, Joe Biden is saying, hey, I'm not making it easy for you. If you do this, whatever you do, it won't be on my watch and it won't be up under my administration or our monies. So, hey, we got a lot to uncover, a lot to see as we continue to go forward. I pray to God that it is not as bad as we're thinking it's going to be, but we're going to see what happens next. But I definitely appreciate that the work that Biden is putting in before he leaves office. So he's showing that he's trying to do something to, make it hard for this Joker when he get in there. Don't make it easy for the devil. That's all I got to say. Don't make it easy for the devil. And that's what Biden is definitely trying to not do, not make it easy for him to do his dirty stuff. Because he's definitely in preparation right now, trying to do those things. And he has his legion right alongside him to try to make those things happen. So, like I said, continue to, stay tuned to Sean Ellis Music Entertainment TV on the latest news, what's going on in entertainment. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And also, give us some ideas as to what you'd like to see from us on here as well. So I will see you guys later and in the next video.
You want to buy part of the border wall that Donald Trump wants to build when he gets back into office? Well, Joe Biden and his team are selling it, the remnants of the border wall, for $5 minimum bid on a public auction, and they're taking away huge sections up to several miles along the Arizona border, making it even harder for Donald Trump on the way in to dismantle all the good work of Joe Biden, and I'm here for it. So are you on the Meidas Touch Network and on Legal AF. Oh, and they're boo-hooing all over Congress and Elon Musk because Joe Biden got the better of them again. I love Lame Duck Joe. I mean, I don't like the fact that he's Lame Duck, but I love what he's doing as Lame Duck Joe. It's my favorite holiday season. I love Lame Duck. And here we go. Here's the reporting. Then I'm going to show you a video that is driving MAGA cuckoo about the actual border wall, which Donald Trump's always build the wall, while Steve Bannon's being prosecuted and is going to trial in February for a fake Build the Wall foundation. But you can buy a part of the Build the Wall if you go to govplanet.org. You can buy. It's being advertised as steel bollard wall with grout and with a starting bid of $5. They've got several $100 million worth of this rusting steel wall that Donald Trump, of course, wants to use on the way in. And I love that Joe Biden's finding a way to trip up Donald Trump. If he's going to try to dismantle the Biden administration's accomplishments, he's not going to do it with the willing hand of Joe Biden. That's why we're seeing Joe Biden, for instance, say that he's going to veto the Judges Act to give Donald Trump 65 more federal judges to appoint, because they should have passed it while Joe Biden was still in office to give him 20 or 30 of those judgeships, but they didn't do it. So he said, fine, F it. I'm vetoing the 65 judges. You barely don't need more judges because I'm trying to get mine passed and confirmed, and the Republicans are standing in the way of them. So rip up the judges bill. You want the border wall? You want to come in and try to build it? Well, do it with your own money and do it with your own assets, because I'm selling these off. We should put them on the Meidas Touch store. Pieces of steel wall from Trump Build the Wall. Let me show you the video that's driving everybody crazy of them carting off the wall to sell in Arizona at a public auction. Let's roll the clip. this demonstrate? This demonstrates that Joe Biden and his team are on the ball. I know he took a lot of grief and he even dropped out of the race because people said he's not with it. He doesn't know what he's doing. He does know what he's doing. Nobody knows legislation, the legislature, how to put a ring fence and protect his policies against the future abuse of power of Donald Trump than Joe Biden. And he's doing everything he can until the going out of business day, until the doors are shut on January 20th at 11:59 a.m. And so are his agencies, by the way. I've got it on pretty good authority that agencies, of course, the morale is terrible, the ones that are going to be replaced with all these pro-Trumpers. They are busily, they're filing all sorts of enforcement actions, all of the CFTC and the FTC and the SEC and all of them under the Biden administration until January 20th. They got their files on their desk. And so they're hurrying up to get these enforcement actions filed against, bad companies and bad people. And that's not going to stop just because, Joe Biden and his administration isn't running out the clock like, oh, what should we do today? It's like, what do we need to do today? That's how they're getting up in the morning. Can you imagine the glee that was on Joe Biden's face when somebody reported to him that there were hundreds of millions of dollars of border wall that he could auction off? How quickly did he sign that order to allow that? I mean, I'm not saying that Joe Biden's going and clicking on himself on Government Planet or Gov Planet looking for steel wall, but I think that gave him a special little bit of a tickle that day. Now let Donald Trump go and do what he did last time. Let him go to Congress and try to get another $15 billion with a B, which is what he spent the last time to try to build the wall. But don't do it on these things. We're anti-wall for this. There's other ways to enforce immigration law than building giant walls along our border. There's technology that can be used. There's drones. There's more border patrol. There's lowering the incentive to cross over, which is why border crossings have dropped 40% over the last year with Joe Biden working in collaboration with Mexico and other border countries. That was already happening. It just wasn't sold enough by Joe Biden. I mean, he's out there selling now. Like, here's all my financial accomplishments. I'm like, where was that during the campaign? All right, whatever. I mean, that's for another hot take. Traditional bed sheets, they can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses, and it's just gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, antibacterial bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, no matter the weather. So you get better sleep every night. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo, LegalAF at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf and use the code LegalAF to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/legalaf to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. But this is the part I love, the part I'm gleeful about. It's a going out of business sale for Joe Biden. And he's found a way to both do that and stick it to Donald Trump. And that's what we've got to do, right? we have to start preparing. This is a dress rehearsal for how the Democrats have to act in opposition, with all kidding aside, with the new administration coming in. Got to be obstructionist in the House. That there's a very narrow lead. It could be even more narrow than what the do-nothing 118th Congress, with their revolving doors of speakers of the House, was able to accomplish, which was virtually nothing other than a lot of public shows about, junk photos of Hunter Biden or Hunter Biden's junk, going after the Biden crime family and all sorts of other things for show to try to get their president elected. Didn't do anything for the American people. Didn't do a darn thing to go after price gouging, lower prices at the pump or in the supermarket, or the cost of housing, rentals, nothing. And they're going to have an even narrower version of that coming in to this 119th Congress, because Donald Trump picked a number of Congress people out to be in his administration, meaning their seats are open, shrinking. I think it's down to 2 or 3 seats. And they can't keep that group together. There are still some moderate non-MAGA House members that are Republicans. So they're not going to be able to get a darn large thing, big thing done without the Democrats and Hakeem Jeffries. That's a good thing. So we grind them to a halt, given their slim and slimmest, almost paper-thin margin, and getting thinner for long stretches of the 119th Congress. Grind them to a halt there, right? On the Senate side, where they have a slightly larger lead of 4 seats, right? There's ways procedurally to grind that to a halt, where they're going to need the Democrats to help. So you got to do those 2 things. You got to tighten the screws, right? You got to use confirmation hearings and subpoena power at every moment to get on the microphone before the American people on the opposition party as a vigorous opposition party, robust, muscular. And the Democrats, as I've said before, have got to put vigorous young leaders, right? Bring in the 40 and 50-year-olds and get them at the tip of the spear here to support Hakeem Jeffries in the House and Chuck Schumer in the Senate. We need that next band of leaders, whether that's AOC or that's Jamie Raskin or others. Like, sweep out the old guard, bring in the new. That's going to be pugilistic, that's going to fight every moment, every day, every hour in opposition against these policies. If we do that, right, we will make Congress grind to a halt for Donald Trump's most unpopular policies. That's step 1. Step 2, force Donald Trump to use executive orders to conduct business, because we know he's going to screw it up, because he screwed it up in the past. The executive orders can't make new law and can't violate law that's already on the books for Congress. So when it does, and it will, and there's a power grab and an abuse of power, we run into court, led by the attorneys general of the United States, attorneys general of the various states like New York, Letitia James, and the attorney general of California and in other states. And we bring lawsuits along with the ACLU and other public interest groups. And we tie up those executive laws with injunctions in courts in front of friendly federal judges and friendly federal circuits. They exist. We need to use them. And that's the approach to make Donald Trump as lame duck as possible. Remember, he doesn't get a second term. I know he thinks he does, or a third term. He doesn't. He's 1 term. That's why he's trying to do maximum destruction in the shortest amount of time possible, and we have to be ready for it. The attorneys general are ready. They've been drafting alternate plans since 2023, just in case Joe Biden lost. They have all the lawsuits really drafted. I've seen some of them. They're ready to go, right? The House minority now is ready to go. Hakeem Jeffries, a fearless leader, strategist. Nancy Pelosi's still hanging around as a strategist as well, really important. Senate side, we got our leaders over there. Some are going to have to step aside. I like Durbin. I like White House. I like Schumer, but we need some younger people in there as well. I'm looking for Tammy Duckworth to step forward, right? I'm looking for other senators, Democratic senators to have the torch passed to. And this, while they're doing that, on the way out, I want to see the Biden administration and its cabinet positions launch all the enforcement actions they wanted to launch. I want dozens launched by the Securities and Exchange Commission, by the Commodities and Futures Commission, by the Department of Justice continue, and sell the border wall and other ways to dismantle and make it harder for Donald Trump to dismantle the Biden administration's accomplishments. I'm Michael Popak. You're here on Meidas Touch Network and on Legal AF. Take a moment and free subscribe to both pro-democracy channels. We're independent without outside investors. You are our investors, based both on your time and in your subscription and using your thumbs. So until my next hot take or Legal AF contribution, I'm Michael Popak. In collaboration with the Meidas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal